Hey everybody, and welcome to another video. This week I thought we would do something fun with it being Halloween. I thought we could make like these little simple Halloween illustrations. These will be great, like if you're throwing a Halloween party, you can use these as like the invitations to your party, or hand them around the office or something. Or if you have kids, this will be a great project that you can do with them for Halloween. Again, like I said, I'm going to keep it fairly simple. I actually got the idea for this by looking at one of our Halloween decorations that my wife put up. More on that later because it's actually going to be, I think, the final illustration that we do. But I'm just going to be doing like some simple bats, a jack-o'-lantern, and then a fun little skeleton. So again, super simple. I'm just using watercolor paper. This is actually from a larger sheet of watercolor paper that I just cut down to about 3 inches by 5 inches. So feel free to do that if you'd like. If not, you can use whatever paper you have. But yeah, let's get down to it. So let's start out with the bats. Now I'm going to be using a fountain pen for this. If you're more comfortable with a pencil, by all means use a pencil. I just like using the pen. And again, like I said, we're going to keep it nice and simple, very, very loose and fun. So we're just going to draw some nice simple bats. Again, we're not trying to be, totally accurate in terms of how a bat actually looks. We're not going for realism here. We're just going for fun. So think more like a Batman symbol, if that helps for any comic book fans. Think more along those lines. And yeah, so we're just going to do some quick, easy little bats. And again, the key to this, like I said, just keep it nice and simple. Don't get too in your head about it. Don't worry if the bats look a little weird. That just adds to the fun. In fact, I think it's best if you make them like all different shapes and sizes, and maybe make them, maybe make some of them look a little weird. Let's have one over here that kind of comes off the page a bit, because why not? Yeah, so I think I'm happy with that. And now we'll just add a bit of watercolor. Again, you don't have to use watercolor. If you want to use like color pencils, crayons, whatever you have is fine. I just happen to be using watercolor because I like using watercolor, but feel free to use whatever you have available. So there are bats. Let's set that aside so that dries. And now we'll move on to the second drawing, which is going to be a jack-o'-lantern. So again, for a jack-o'-lantern, you can make the jack-o'-lantern look like however you want. I think I'm going to do kind of like a happier expression jack-o'-lantern. So I'm gonna do, again, it's just like if you were carving an actual jack-o'-lantern, same deal. Kind of give them whatever expression you want. So I'm just gonna start with like a general little pumpkin shape. And don't worry if your pumpkin looks a little wonky. That's how pumpkins are supposed to look anyway. There's no perfect pumpkin, so don't be too worried about that. So like I said, I'm gonna give my jack-o'-lantern a bit of a happy expression. Right, and now let's watercolor our pumpkin. There's our happy little jack-o'-lantern. I'll just set this one aside to dry as well. And now finally, what inspired me to do this in the first place, this is probably going to be the most challenging one, but you don't have to do exactly what I'm doing. You can still do a more simpler one. We're going to do this yoga skeleton decoration that my wife put out. Now again, like the pose is a little tricky, but again, if you just want to do a simple skeleton, that's totally up to you. And in all honesty, I don't think this skeleton will be as complicated as it looks, so let's give it a shot. And again, if you just want to do a more simplified skeleton, the easy way to do bones, you just kind of make them a little wider on the ends. Kind of give them like that little taper look like that. And then you'll have a bone. But yeah, just keep it super simple. No need to make this that complicated. And again, all I'm doing for the hands and the fingers in this instance is I'm just drawing kind of like little just little ovals to kind of indicate the bones, but I'm trying to keep them in kind of like a hand shape, if that makes sense. So just kind of like these elongated ovals like that, and then some more here. Okay. And again, it doesn't have to be exact. Just as long as it kind of gets the impression of what it is. And there we go. There's Yoga Skeleton. And here are all three of our cards. And there you have it. A nice, simple way to make some Halloween themed cards or illustrations. Again, if you're having a Halloween party, you can definitely use these as invitations. If you just want to have like some nice simple drawings that you can play with, or you know, if you have kids, this is a great way. This is a great little art project for them. So I hope you liked it. Let me know which one is your favorite. Let me know if you're going to be doing this and handing them out for your Halloween party. And yeah, I hope you liked it. Leave a comment down below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, everybody.